Hey, what's up guys? It's your Malaysian boy Firdaus here, talking to you about the pinnacle of motorsport, Formula 1. As always, before we get on with this video, don't forget to subscribe and smash that notification bell so that you won't miss any more videos like this one. Yeah, like this one you're watching right now. Well, let's get on to the video. First things first, as everyone's aware, Alpine have announced an extended 3-year contract for Esteban Ocon till 2024. Therefore, this begs the huge question: who will drive alongside him in the near future, specifically the 2023 season and onwards? Will Fernando Alonso's contract be extended as well, or will a junior driver in the academy take on the role? Maybe even a current driver on the grid will get the seat. To be fair, it is still too early to tell, as Alonso is still getting into grips with the Alpine A521, and we're not even halfway into the season yet, but surely eyebrows have been raised of what's next for Alonso in F1. The question is he the right driver for the team from a long-term perspective? So in this video, I've decided to divide it into 3 sections, each representing the possible options for the team for its second seat at Alpine. Fernando Alonso at Alpine. So far, 7 Grand Prix have gone by, and he has achieved quite an impressive P6 finish in his latest outing in Baku. Although it's been a rather tough start to the 2021 season for the 2-time F1 World Champion, as he had limited testing in Bahrain despite being absent from F1 for the past 2 years. Yeah, I know some of you might argue that he still got to do some testing late last year in the so-called young drivers test. And yeah, he even topped it for a young driver. Still, it is quite an impressive feat by him so far at Alpine, especially since his performance has been greatly underrated even before the season started. Though one crucial determining factor to keep him in the team for the long term would be if he was capable enough to beat Esteban's performance. This dates back to previous years where Michael Schumacher, a veteran 7-time world champion, teamed up with Nico Rosberg, who was a relatively experienced driver at the time, the Mercedes, in 2010. And we know how it all ended. Basically, Nico beat Michael and Lewis replaced his seat. The rest was history. So far, however, both Ocon and Alonso are of somewhat similar performance, with Alonso slightly leading by 5 points as of the French Grand Prix right now. Surely there's lots more to look forward from him, and only time will tell whether or not Alonso still got the pace in him to stay in Alpine for some more years to come. Alpine's driver academy is going nowhere. Are you for real? Seriously? Yeah, it may seem too harsh of a statement, but let's be real with this. The last time a driver from the academy made it into F1 was back in 2009. Yeah, that was literally more than a decade ago, when Romain Grosjean replaced Nelson Piquet Jr. after incidents of Crashgate in Singapore of 2008. Despite Alpine having a great pool of drivers in the past decade, from the likes of Guan Yu Zhou, Christian Lundgaard, and Oscar Piastri at the moment, the F1 debut dreams with Alpine seems to be more of a dream than reality. Some of the notable problems with this academy in particular is the fact that they only have one team in Formula 1 and currently don't have any customer or junior teams to channel their talents into the grid, unlike Mercedes, Ferrari, and even Red Bull. For this main reason alone, Alpine are very reluctant to taking on the junior drivers who have yet any experience in Formula 1. Yeah, they don't have any experience yet, and you're not even giving them the opportunity to gain that experience. So how's that gonna work, Alpine? Not logical, mate. Surely the team is looking forward towards achieving more podium finishes after last season, maybe even fight for the title in the coming years, and having an unexperienced driver in the seat would probably not be the best way to do so. However, it is highly debatable, as we've seen how significantly improved Lando Norris is at McLaren, who who successfully achieved his maiden podium on just his second season with the team. It will be a huge struggle initially for the team, but in the long run, it will most definitely bear its fruit of a talented driver. But with Ocon's contract with Alpine right now, it seems that they are trying to build a team around a Mercedes Academy driver like him, instead of focusing the initiative on their own Academy drivers. Well, a French driver does look good in a French car, and it other driver options. Although it's highly unlikely that other drivers will be an option for Alpine going forward 2023 and onwards, there's still a great amount of chance this might happen, especially for some of these drivers who might already be on the team's watch list. First off, it would be none other than their reserve driver, Danick Kvyat, who would be a decent driver for the team moving forward, since he's shown some rather great performance from his time at AlphaTauri last season. Then, more likely than not, Nico Hülkenberg could also potentially make his F1 return with the French team after his rather impressive performances in last season's surprise driver substitutions due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But personally, for me, I don't really see Hülkenberg coming back to the French team. Another possible addition to this list would be Valtteri Bottas, if he was dropped by Mercedes and replaced by George Russell. But this would be a huge if, like a literal big if this happens, which might escalate probably by the end of the season, the latest. Undoubtedly, Bottas would be a great option for the team, especially since his most likely seat, aside from them, if Mercedes drops them, would only be Williams, and surely the Alpine seat would be a golden ticket for him to not only stay in F1 but also get decent podium finishes. Yeah, most people would say that Pierre Gasly would be another great option for the French outfit due to his very strong performances in the last season and also this season with the consistency that he's shown and proven. Though with Ocon in the picture, it's really never gonna happen, as these two won't get along very well due to their rather sour relationship. Having gone through all these options, for now, it would seem to be a no-brainer to have Alonso on the wheel for another few years at the team before officially retiring him from the sport, as he not only brings great performance to the team but also huge money backing to the team. All in all, one thing is for sure is that their driver academy would be their last option for the driver lineup at Alpine, as proven by the recent past decade, not years, okay? Before this entails, this year's silly season is just around the corner, and surely this will be of great impact to Alpine's second driver seat as well. And yeah, what are your thoughts on the second seat at Alpine? Is it still too early for the team to make any negotiations with any driver? Should Alpine re-sign Alonso for another few years? Or maybe it's finally time to shine the light on some young talent of future World Championship material? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. As always, thanks for watching guys. Keep smiling. See you on the next video. Peace!